Hey guys.
First video. Woohoo! So we're here down in Bristol by the riverside. Nice, isn't it? Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Bit cold today, but it's lovely down here. It is.
So yeah,
So we're here today. We're going to talk about this march that's coming up.
having coffee.
Yeah, I got tea. Yeah. So we got this march coming up. Gays Against Sharia have decided to do another march here in Bristol on March the 3rd, I think, if I remember correctly.
3rd of March,
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah, yeah. And they're coming back down here to Bristol for a justice demo, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yeah,
Justice March?
it's called the Justice March. However, it is a march. It's very related to the incident that me and Jay were assaulted by the anti-fascists
Yeah.
and the anarchists in Bristol. However, I'm pretty happy with the police at the moment. They're really doing their job.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's not about marching against the police or anything. No, nothing to do with that. After the case was reopened, very happy with the job they're doing. It's basically to raise awareness about how violent this group is and how dangerous it is if you live in a predominantly lefty city to have right-wing views or even
Views they disagree with.
views basically, yeah, just views they disagree with, or even if you're just identified as a fascist, or if someone decides to point the finger at you and say, oh, you're a Nazi or you're a fascist, you're screwed
Yep. Pretty
in a
much.
predominantly lefty city.
And the other reason for this march is for justice for Bunny. He was a gentleman that went to prison back in...
Kevin, many people don't know him as Bunny.
Yeah,
His
sorry.
name is Kevin Graham.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. He actually went to prison back in, I think, early 2016. He was sentenced for 12 months for incitement of religious hatred and which basically threw a bacon butty, if I remember correctly, and popped his head in a mosque door. And he got sentenced for 12 months. Now, I'm going to do a video on it myself, the full details of it all. But basically, he was sentenced to prison. Fair enough. But the fact is, he went to prison, and it seems he may have had a overdose, attempted suicide, or just, we're not totally sure. Gone to hospital, gone back to prison, and died in prison within a couple of days. And that was in late 2016, and here we are.
Basically, after he got back from the hospital, back to Bristol, he was found dead the next day.
Was it the next day, was it?
Yeah.
I can't quite remember, to be honest with you. But anyway, and yeah, that was last year, and we're still here in 2017, November, and we still don't know why it happened, how it happened, or really anything.
But basically, it's a very bizarre story.
It is.
If we go beyond the fact that he was in prison for like 24 months for putting bacon outside the mosque, to me it's quite ridiculous.
I thought he got 12 months, sorry.
Oh, is it 12 months?
I think it's
he got?
12 months, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry.
it's
So
all right.
12 months. So let's go beyond that. To me, again, let me point out, the sentence is ridiculous, especially when you send this person in a Bristol prison, where it's predominantly Somalians and Muslims in general.
High
like-
representation
it's
of...
hi- yeah.
Yeah.
And like all prisons, and you send this person in that prison, whereas we see rapists on a daily basis, or recently the woman that was promoting terrorist attack videos from ISIS on Facebook,
Yeah.
getting away and walking out of the court free. And then we have Kevin being put in prison. You're literally sending him to his death. Like, it's unbelievable. You're putting this person among Islamists. So even if we go past that, we have a big problem. Like, we want to know how
Oh, we
he
definitely
died.
do in our prison systems. There should be an inquiry just into the fact of what's going on in our prisons,
Yeah, and
including the inquiry of what happened to him.
we really want to. We know how he died because the whole incident and who he is and what his crime
for me,
was.
when I first heard about it, I didn't care what he'd done, who he was. My big issue is the fact that he was under the custody of Her Majesty's protection, and he died in one of her lovely establishments. And that should be enough of an issue.
Yeah,
That's the key, especially from where I see it anyway.
many people die on a daily basis.
Especially when we go to things about
prisons.
the abolition of prisons, you'd think that prison violence would be their number one issue.
Yeah, but again, I'll go back to the fact that many people die daily on the prison, while they're in prisons. But there's a big problem. Like if we take this person and the crime he committed, and he was put in prison, and all of a sudden found dead. There is it's very logical for us to assume that there might be a connection between his crime and his death in prison.
Yeah.
There might not be a connection. We might be totally wrong.
But we won't know until we have an inquiry. And
But
have
we
the
need to
facts.
know,
Yeah.
we need to know. And it's very logical for a big majority of people to assume that there is a connection between that specific crime, that specific person, and his death in prison. So
Exactly.
we really need to know, and it's about time we know.
Yeah.
And forget about us,
Yeah,
Is a family there? Come on. I don't speak on behalf of the family, but I can only assume what this family is going through. So it's just, we need to know, period. It's not even debatable.
Yeah. So this is happening on the 3rd of March next year. So if you can come, that would be awesome.
Yes, guys, please.
But if
It's a very important cause, and not only the Kevin Graham's raising awareness case, but raising awareness of the violence of the regressive left. And I'm doing this video with someone that belongs to the Labour Party. Like, even the rational people that still belong in the Labour Party can acknowledge and understand how violent the regressive left are, and how dangerous it is to disagree with them. And we're living in an era where, if you live in a predominantly lefty city like Bristol, it's dangerous to walk down the road with "Make England" or "Make America Great Again" hat. In England,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. It's just, to me, it's a basic violation of human rights, basic
exactly.
liberties.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a really good cause, and I would love it if people could support. Support also Tommy English case against Sharia. Again, they're just trying to make a point out there that they have the right to exist as gay people under any bloody religion.
Anyway, so if you can't make it, do your best to share, let people know about the campaign and what's going on, and that's it really.
Plus, Bristol is a beautiful city. If we get rid of the left, I'm joking. Bristol in general is a beautiful city. Come the night before. Let me know. Let Jay know. We'll go out. We have drinks. On the day of the march, you can stay. Again, we go out. We have, I have dinner. We have a drink.
Yeah.
We walk around Bristol. It's well worth it if you plan it as a weekend to get away. It's a beautiful city. It's well worth visiting,
Exactly.
and it's for a really good cause. So.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.